I don't know if he's gonna help as much. Nope. Same size. But, well, at least it's first fish I've seen caught on that swinging hammer.
Swinging hammer?
Yeah.
There you go.
It's hard to do one-handed. Well.
Yeah, baby, that's how you do it. Good and in the day. All right,
Yeah,
to the weigh-in.
He's about 4.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's Best5Zach here. I want to take a couple of minutes here to talk about a brand new product from PowerTeam Lures. They just came out with their Swinging Hammer, which is a 4.8-inch swim bait. This bait just came out last Wednesday, and I had a little heads up that it was coming, but I wasn't able to order it until that Wednesday. I received it Friday afternoon and was fishing with it Saturday. And if you've seen the video from the Snowfish Benefit Tournament that I fished this weekend, you can see that we had some immediate advantage in using it. While everybody else was kind of throwing around the Bama rig, we were throwing a single swim bait, and we did a pretty good job on loading the boat. I think it's safe to say that we're probably one of the first people ever to get out there and catch fish with this bait. So I wanted to be one of the first people to have a product review for this bait. And of course I'm on the pro staff with PowerTeam Lures, but I wanted to give you an honest opinion of what I thought of this bait, because that's my style. We've compared it to some other baits, but I wanted to talk about just this bait today and what it offers you. Now, first of all, it comes in a pack of 5, as you can see here. It comes with a pack of hog tonic, which I use especially when it's cold and when the water is a little bit muddy. So let's open up the package and get some impressions of it. Now, obviously, like I said, I've already used it, so I already know what I think about it, but I'm going to tell you about it. Now, one of the big things that they talked about this bait, and if you see the videos that they did earlier in the year, one of the big things they wanted to stress for a cheaper swim bait was that it didn't twist as it came through the water like a lot of its competitors did. That's just not realistic. To be realistic, it has to swim. And that's hard to do for a cheaper bait that's thin like this and has a small profile. But they designed this tail, as you can see, to make sure that it did that, and it does. It doesn't twist. In fact, it has a very nice swim as it comes through the water. But they wanted to keep the bait to be very dynamic. And sometimes when you make the bait thick so that it only paddles one way and doesn't twist, if you drop it straight down, it has no action. And as many of you know, that's where a lot of your bites come. During the spawn or pre-spawn, if you put one right on top of a bass's head, that's when it's most likely to hit. It's on the fall and on the drop. But if it doesn't look right, if it just dead sticks as it goes down, it probably just doesn't look like a bait, and it probably isn't going to catch fish. But the other aspect that they wanted to look at, many people, myself included, like to fish their swim baits on a lead head, which means throwing it to the bottom and hopping it along the bottom like an injured bait fish does. And if you've ever been crappie fishing or fishing with live bait, you know that those live bait, when they start to die on you, right before they die, they like to get in those corners, they get that head and nose down, and they just kind of poke at the bottom. And that's what they wanted to look at. But they also wanted that tail to be able to swim. So if you notice these baits, as it falls straight down, it still swims as it falls. And as you pick it up and bounce it along the bottom, it continues to look like a dying minnow and swim through the water instead of just being a dead stick. This bait is a kind of a cross between a real realistic bait, kind of like the Young Money minnow, and a cheaper bait. You can't really have your cake and eat it too. If you want a really realistic swim bait, you pay for it. And if you want a bait that's relatively cheap that you can afford to throw away, you get a cheaper bait and it doesn't cost you as much money, but it may not catch fish in certain environments like Clearwater lakes. And this bait does a very good job at crossing that gap. So let's talk about some different ways that you can fish this. Obviously, being in Alabama, we throw it on a Bama rig, and because it's a relatively inexpensive bait, I don't feel bad about putting these on there and bringing it through cover a lot. If it tears up, no big deal. I can fish it on a regular swim bait hook, and it's got a great motion. It swims just right. I can put it on a lead head, drop it to the bottom, and expect it to have that realistic motion that we were just talking about. You can put this on a spinner bait if you like. It makes a great trailer. And perhaps one of the most versatile things, and don't tell anybody that I told you to do this, but throwing it weightless. A lot of people love flukes. Fluke is a great mass-producing bait, but sometimes you need something that's maybe a little more meaty. This bait does fantastic. Rig it up on a 5.0 or a 6.0 EWG, throw it out there, and twitch it back to the boat, and you'll be amazed at what it does. And on Gunnersville or like lakes like Okeechobee that have a lot of grass, you rig it up weightless with no weight, and you get it weedless. You throw it on top of those holes, twitch it across the hole, let it just kind of fall down. And like I said, it has that great action, just kind of shimmies as it falls, and it's unstoppable. Again, folks, I really want you to go out there and check this bait out. It's brand new, and I know they're having trouble keeping them in stock. Go through my blog, like I told you, www.Zach, Best5Zach. So if you want to save some money on this bait, go to my blog. You'll know where it is. It's best5zach.blogspot.com. I'm going to save you 10% on this bait. I'm going to knock another 50 cents off of it, get it to your door, and I really encourage you guys to send me pictures, send me thoughts on what you think of the bait. So check it out. Again, it's Best5Zach. We'll see you next time.